NATO warns of all-out war with Russia in next 20 years.
Here's a summary of the article.
Civilians must prepare for all-out war with Russia in the next 20 years, a top NATO military official has warned. Large numbers of civilians will need to be mobilized in case of the outbreak of war, and governments should put in place systems to manage the process, ADML Bauer told reporters after a meeting of NATO defense chiefs in Brussels. ADML Bauer, a Dutch naval officer who is chairman of NATO's military committee, praised Sweden for asking all of its citizens to brace for war ahead of the country formally joining the alliance. NATO troops will next week begin the bloc's largest military exercise since the Cold War. Stockpiles of weapons and ammunition have been drained by the conflict in Ukraine and will take years to replenish at the current rate of production. The Foreign Secretary urged Britain's allies not to push for peace talks between Kyiv and Moscow, arguing that unifying behind Ukraine was the best way to end the war. In comparison, Germany was credited with promising €17 billion towards Ukraine's war effort.
This post received a score of 16,000, with an upvote ratio of 88%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Important note before people start arguing. He says we have to be ready and prepared for it, whether it happens or not, and not that there will be a war. It's two different things. However, if we aren't prepared, the chances of said war will increase significantly. A reminder that a huge war will cost much more than doing whatever NATO can to support Ukraine, and both Europe and USA will pay that price.
Yup. We have already met Russia with friendliness and meekness. It didn't work. Fixed spelling.
With trade and open borders. Turned out to be a mistake.
Check out the story about Russian gas to Germany. It all started as a way of closer bonds between East and West Germany. Then, it developed into a necessity.
I mean, that is the whole point. The plan is, I need you, you need me, so let's get along well. Doesn't work so well when you have a dictator for a president, though.
Why did you sting me? Now we will both drown. It is my nature.
Lol, said the scorpion, LMAO.
Drowning time. Best way to invite a war is to not be prepared for one and have your enemies be aware you're not prepared. All of these countries that have relied on the US to this point need to step up their game like Poland is doing right now.
Germany and the UK are also stepping up, and I'd assume most of the Baltics are also doing more than their fair share. For all my criticisms of the UK government, the defence secretaries seem to be on the ball, even post-Johnson. We're still getting overall spending cuts, the defence secretaries don't control budget, and our economy is in the gutter. But the current and last secretaries are doing all they can to prepare for a major conflict in Europe. Notably, massive increases in ammo production.
Germany, the UK, Baltics, Poland, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark and the Netherlands all seem to be taking the threat very seriously. France is doing some, but they could be doing a lot more. Then again, they also have a nuclear deterrent. Italy, Spain and Belgium don't seem to be moving much, which is worrying. Meanwhile, Slovakia, Serbia and Hungary seem relatively pro-Russia.
Just in time for the 100th anniversary of WW2.
I love a good anniversary update. Hope they fixed some of the glitches. This year the devs at Human History have announced long-awaited fixes and have unveiled the new Modern Total War update. We heard your complaints about Tiger tanks glitching out in rough terrain, and we have beefed up the damage done by nuclear bomb kill streaks. Pre-order the WW3 DLC today and you'll get special access to the new Abrams X tank.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.